Yes, my people, man telling me. So we are currently on UJ, and this is going to be one of the many examples that I show you within this playlist. So we have, well, first and foremost, you want to be looking at your most recent zone. So if you kind of scroll back, we have taken out these highs, and then we've wicked the lows of those highs. So now, and then we've taken out these highs. So pretty much, I can say that this is my most recent zone. So I'm price should respect this protected low and continue to make higher highs and higher lows. We currently don't have a weak high right now, in which I would like for price to run. But if you just let price play out, we may get it. Okay, so now we've closed below these lows. So now we are pretty much trading from this low to this high. And everything inside of just internal structure. And then when we head over to our 1 minute time frame, we can see now that potentially what price is in a pullback, is in a downtrend. So if you head over back to the 5 minute, first and foremost, we've marked out our market structure break. We've marked out structure. Second, we have checked our market environment. Price is above my 200 SMA, so technically I can still look for potential longs. So we've got our market environment, we've got our market structure. So now I want to be marking out my areas of interest. So we have this whole area which I can pretty much classify as a SNDR. However, it's also an area where price has kind of clogged itself up. So if there is a chance where I would like for price to tap into, it will be this unmitigated move origin. Because this unmitigated move origin is unmitigated, it is fresh, and there's also a chance that price is going to do what? Tap into this area here and then start making its way higher, making higher highs and higher lows. Whereas with this SNDR, technically this was my last down up, which helped to facilitate this market structure break. We kind of tapped into it, had that small reaction. However, it wasn't enough to keep going because now we're in that pullback. So yeah, and then in terms of SBS, because I'm using this unmitigated move origin as the zone within the zone, I can mark it two ways. I can mark it with the main zone where this is the breakout, which is the 1, and then the tap back in is a 2, 3 is the higher high. I know, as you guys already know, the 2 should be the lowest point between 1 and 3. We've had that sweep, so now somewhere here will be my, well, this is now my 4, but I like to just kind of pin it a little bit lower. And then now I'm looking for that entry confirmation where price now wants to head higher. But I also understand that this could be the SBS where this is the 1 because this is the breakout from this MSB. This is the 2, which is the tap back in. And then that will be the 3, which is the higher high, where we sweep these lows and then potentially continue to make higher highs and higher lows. So within this unmitigated move origin, we also have a imbalance. Not saying that price might tap into here and then continue higher, but it's 2 for the price of 1. So there's always a chance that price will tap into this zone and then continue higher. So now we've got everything out of the way. What can I now do? All I have to do is just wait for price to tap into my areas of interest. So one thing you guys have to understand is I am on the 5 minute chart. If I head over to my 1 minute, I can actually look for bearish zones because we're pretty much in the pullbacks where I can look for potential bearish trades. So if you know how to trade the pullback based off your higher time frame, then there's always a trade available for you. However, as I always say, the trend is your friend, and I'd rather you follow the trend than try and trade against it. So we've now tapped into this unmitigated move origin. We have got our SBS. We've pretty much got everything that we want, and now we're just looking for that entry confirmation where price wants to head higher. So there are 3 entry confirmations that you can potentially use. You can use the golden fib, where you wait for price to tap your 618, and in this case here, price has tapped my 618, and then now you can be in that trade with your stop at the protected low, and then you'll target your previous higher high. So that's option number 1, where this is a fixed R, 1.6 R fixed. fixed entry and obviously a fixed stop. You can't really do much. So this is your entry number one. Your entry number two will be to go down to your low time frame, such as your 1 minute, and then you'll be looking for internal flips. So technically, you need price to take out this high, and then once you take out this high, then you can start looking for trades where price actually wants to head higher. So if you head back to our 5 minute chart and we let price play out. Okay, so we push higher and we end up taking out our previous higher high. So in terms of the golden SBS or the golden fib, we get that take profit, which hits. In terms of you trying to take a trade based off your 1 minute time frame where price flips, then there's not really a trade for you. I mean, you can always now try and drag this fib from this low to this high, but then that's just you trying to pretty much force a trade. So in terms of the 1 minute, there ain't a trade for you based off your internal structure. In terms of the fib geo, if I just now mark it out now. Yeah, so in terms of fib geo, so there isn't a trade for you to take. And sometimes these are the things that you're going to have to accept when you're now looking down to your lower time frame, when you're now trying to get a acute trade where you're hoping that price does what? Shoots high in this situation here. So in terms of the golden SBS or the golden fib, this is a lovely trade that you could have potentially taken where price is bullish, price is above my SMAs. I've had price tap into an area of interest. I've had my SBS, and obviously, what's it called? I've used an entry confirmation, and voila, price takes up my previous higher high. And I mean, I can take it a step further where I can say that this was an area of what support and resistance. We can see that this is a very strong area of support and resistance where we push higher from it, we what's it called? Return to it, and we're either going to push higher or we're going to push lower. So I can also say that this was a good area of support and resistance, and there's also a chance that price might want to do what? Tap into it, aka with my momentum movement, with my imbalances, and obviously price has now moved higher. So this is a decent trade that you could have taken. Only thing is, if you're now waiting for that internal flips based off your lower time frame, then you are now not able to catch a trade. But if you're using the 618, what's it called, limit, then this is a winner for you. So this is just one example. There are going to be many more. But as I always say, victory belongs to the most tenacious. Wherever you know what I'm saying, good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you lots in the next video. Peace and ciao.